Alright, in this video, we're going to look at an example of net monthly cash flow. In this example here, to manage her net monthly cash flow, Paula made a table of her income and her expenses. Assuming 1 month equals 4 weeks, calculate her net monthly cash flow. So Paula's got some money coming in, and then she has some money going out, her expenditures. Now sure, some months have more than 4 weeks, but for this problem we're going to assume that anytime we have a week thing popping up, 4 weeks will give us a month. And we are trying to calculate her net monthly cash flow, so everything needs to be based on a month. Let's look at her income. She has a part-time cashier job where she makes $200 per week, and since we're trying to find the monthly cash flow, and assuming 4 weeks equals 1 month, we can take that $200 that she makes per week, and since there's 4 weeks per month, 200 times 4 gives us $800. This is how much she's going to make at her part-time job as a cashier per month. $200 per week times 4 weeks in a month, $800 per month. So this is her monthly cash flow just from that part-time cashier job. Now her next source of income is $5,700 every 6 months. So she's getting this twice a year, but we want to talk about net monthly cash flow. So $5,700 every 6 months. If you take $5,700 and you divide it up by 6, so essentially she could get this $5,700 check. Sure, she's getting it every 6 months, but if she wants to budget it, take that $5,700, divide it by 6, we're going to have $950. That's going to be per month for this $5,700 grant. Now, other ways to look at it as well, if she's getting it every 6 months, if we double this, that's how much she's getting per year. She's getting it every 6 months. And then if we divide that by 12, check it out, we get the exact same thing. We still get the $950 here. And again, I'm sticking with the $950 because we're talking about monthly cash flow. Keep that in mind. And then she has this third source of income here. She gets $400 every month for babysitting her neighbor's kids. So since this is already based on per month, that is part of her cash flow as well. And this is her income. So let's go ahead and figure out how much she's bringing in each month. Finding the sum of all 3 of these incomes, we have $2,150. So that's how much money she has coming in each month. Now let's look and see how much she has going out. So now on to the expenses. Again, net monthly cash flow. Well, her apartment rent with utilities is $600 per month. So this is an expense. And since it's already based on per month, we don't have to do any extra work here. Miscellaneous, $150 per week. So she's spending $150 per week on miscellaneous items. And again, since there's 4 weeks in a month, if we take the $150 per week times 4 weeks in a month, we'll have $600. This is how much she spends per month on miscellaneous items. So we have these 2 expenditures here. Moving on to this third expenditure, college tuition, books, and fees. This is $1,800 twice a year. So 2 ways that we can approach this here, talking about a monthly cash flow. If this is twice a year, that means she's doing this every 6 months, so to speak. So we could divide by 6. That breaks up into $300 per month if she were to budget it. Or you could look at it like this. Over the course of a whole year, since she's going to be doing this twice a year, $1,800 times 2 is $3,600. And if we break it up into monthly bits, dividing it by 12, $300. So regardless of how you look at it, whether you take this and divide by 6 or multiply by 2, then divide by 12, exact same thing. So therefore we have $300 per month for the college tuition, books, and fees. Again, budgeting things. Moving on down to this fourth expenditure, she spends $100 every 2 weeks. So for every 2 weeks, that means she's doing this twice a month. In 2 weeks, she spends $100. In another 2 weeks, which would be 4 weeks total, that will be an additional $100. So therefore, we can budget a total of $200 per month that she'll spend on groceries. And then finally, her internet is $50 per month. And since this is already per month, we can just tack that on. And now we can add up all of her expenses, and then we'll have one additional step to calculate her net monthly cash flow. Finding the sum of these 5 values, her expenditures are $1,750. So based on her budget, she actually brings more money in, this $2,150 here, and she has less money going out, which is a plus. That's a good thing. And to find her net monthly cash flow, we take the amount she has coming in, the $2,150, and then we subtract off her expenditures. And again, since she is bringing in more money than what she's spending, she has a positive net monthly cash flow. The difference between these two values is $400. And therefore, Paula's net monthly cash flow is $400. Now, some examples you may be computing in your assignments. You may end up with a negative net monthly cash flow, and that would mean that particular individual is spending more money. The expenses are more than the income. And obviously that individual would have to do some adjustments to their budget without going into too much debt. But there you have it, one example of calculating net monthly cash flow. If you like what you see and you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. And that's it for this video. I hope it helped.